What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I got a lot of the chickens out of the pen since there's a hole over here on the side. Got some of the ducks out too. They're having fun swimming in this little pool over here where all the rainwater collects. The hole where the pigs get in too. It's a hot one outside today, 98 degrees. Should be one of our hottest weeks left, but I said that last week and it's still hot, so can't really trust the weather that much. Got the pigs out here too. They just hang around your feet for the most part. Alright, and get that hole patched up over here. Got the goats free ranging out here. See how they do with that. They've been out for four or 5 days now, and they're liking it. They just follow the horses around all day and come in here when they get hot to cool off or lick the salt block. But I gotta fix this hole over here by the ducks pools. Since I opened that door, this post keeps falling off, and then we've put a lot of different animals in there, so it's gotten torn up. I'm gonna fix that, get these guys back in, go feed them. Some people were asking about my feed, and I feed them Purina poultry feed, laying pellets, and I've went through a few different types of feed. This is the one I like the best since it has the most quality for their eggs, and I sell the eggs, so it keeps them a good strong shell. I give them 12 quarts twice a day of it. Just picked up some more feed too, but go feed them now. Just fed the chickens here. I do have a few more of the chickens losing feathers, molting, which they usually do around this time of the year or a little later in the year, the fall. That's usually when they molt the most for me. And a few of them already did. They already molted their feathers and they grew back some good winter ones. And I do have to say, even though it's really hot, 96 outside right now, it does feel a little of fall, especially during the evenings when it's a little cooler, since the wind has shifted from about northeast to southeast. It feels more like fall here. I'm ready for it to cool down though. I'm sure that all the animals are too. We've had a pretty hot and long summer. Last season we had a long winter, so hopefully we don't have a long winter. Just a little cool off we need. The chickens are doing good. Yesterday they laid 39 eggs, and they've been down on eggs, only laying about a dozen, and then yesterday they laid 39. So hopefully they're getting back up there, and it should decrease since the days are getting shorter, which that's what triggers their egg laying, but it should also go up a little bit too as the temperatures go down. That's usually what happens. But they usually always lay eggs more in the middle of the cold winter than they do in the hot summer. It's just how they are. Ducks are gonna go back, go swimming again. That's all they do all day. Gotta put some more hay on here. They clear it out pretty fast. We had some rain. We got an inch of rain 3 days ago, and that cleared out the hen house a little bit. She's laying on a lot of eggs. She's broody again, and she was broody twice already, so she's back at it again. It looks like we have a semi-decent amount of eggs. I know there's a lot around her, and then there's some on the ground down there, a dozen in there. And then the ones that got out today laid a few in the barn. Have to go and find. But Priscilla, she just molted and got all her feathers back, and she's looking pretty good. Reggie's one of the more better looking roosters I have. I was going to start doing those live streams on Monday and Wednesday because I expected it to cool down, but we're still stuck in the high 90s, so I'm going to have to wait for those. I opened up this pen back a little bit because it was getting high grass, and they cleared it out in 2 days because this is all 4 or 5 inch grass, and it's all bedding down here. I'll leave this open in the wintertime, and then you'll always have that one chicken that goes in that barn. It just keeps it as its own, because that little thing will stay warm in the winter. Pen's looking good. It's pretty dense in there. I'll probably have the goats come in here in another week if they keep up these temperatures. And the rain's subsiding a little bit though, getting a little dry. Jill, chicken here is she's starting to molt too. And some of these hens are just from him and another rooster, which I'm probably going to separate because they're overbreeding a certain select, like 3 or 4 chickens, which is this girl and her, and it's even worse if they molt at the same time. So probably separate them because I don't want them to get hurt or anything like that. But pretty good year on the spring and for most of the summer. Didn't have any disease outbreaks, didn't lose any chickens this year, except we had the turkey incident where we lost all those turkeys, which was unfortunate. I was ready to get some other birds, but I'll stick here with the chickens and the ducks. And I may get some of the fluffy ones and then incubate their eggs. Maybe not this year, but next year in the spring, since I do have a good amount of chickens right now. And when I do that, I want to put her in there, the Polish hen, with the afro. I think that'd look cool mixed in with the fluffy ones. Got all the horses in here, getting away from the bees and the heat. And the pig's following me around. She just keeps getting in the water. Her little sidekick, Murphy, over there, follows her around everywhere. She's getting big. She already probably weighs almost triple the amount of a rat terrier dog. I'm sure she weighs 50 pounds. The goat's in here. Out here a few hours later, sun is just now setting over there, and I changed up the camera settings a little bit so it should look better now, but it's cooled off quite a bit. It went down 15 degrees, so it feels better out here. Got a little fall breeze going on. Chickens are still out here pecking around in all their bushes and flowers. The ducks are over there swimming and eating heads off the flowers like they're always doing. Got about half the chickens on the roost already, but it's feeling good in these evenings, getting cooler and feeling good for the chickens. They're staying out later. Usually about 30 minutes before sunset, they're mostly around that area getting up, but they're usually always all up by sunset, except for the roosters. They stay out a little bit longer. The ducks stay out until like 10 p.m. in the evening. But all the chickens are doing good. And about breeding the cochins, which I'm talking about doing and incubating their eggs. This is the cochin rooster I have. He was my first one I ever got, and he's the best looking one I still have, in my opinion. He's pretty fluffy there. I still think he's the best looking. He got that bright pop of his comb and wattle, and then he has a blue tint to all his black feathers. And then the other one, which I think, yep, that one over there, she has golden on her chest. So it mixed with them. And her son over here, he has a lot of golden in his feathers and a little bit of blue in the middle of his body. Then she has a little bit of blue tint up near her head. And then I don't know where that crazy Mohawk rooster is, but he's cool because he's the most colorful bird I have, aside from this rooster over here, which is my head rooster, Ivan's son. She's right there, and his foot is fully healed now, so he's walking good on it again. Got some chickens up here, and it's usually always the leghorns that are up here the first. Leghorns mixed in with a few other ones on the floor. But I put fresh hay in the nests over there, and I am going to do a deep clean, which I try to do every year, where I just clean the entire hen house as well as I can. I'll get all this stuff that's, well, I replace the floor with all the hay and dirt. I sift through that whenever I clean, and I replace it with fresh straw, because most of this right now is dirt with old pieces of straw. And when I do the deep clean of the hen house, I'll clear the majority of the topsoil and the dry bits of rocks and straw out, and I'll put all new hay, which I have a bale out in the barn to do that with. Probably gonna get another one whenever fall finally comes here for the horses, so we'll be good on that. And then I'm gonna get these boxes back together here, which have came apart. The 4 dividers on the bottom row have came apart this year, and hopefully we can get more nests that extend all the way to this far wall, so we can double the nests or put another layer at the bottom. So I'm ready for that. I just gotta wait till it cools off. I want it to be a nice fall day when I do that. Get these eggs, see how many we got today. So it ended up not being too many eggs today, just around 2 dozen, got 23 eggs. So not as good as yesterday, but I think it's gonna keep going up as long as the temperature starts going down, and then it'll even out to low production. In the winter time, I'm just trying to get this little bit of power they still got before it gets too cold, if it even cools down, because we're still sitting in the 90s, but we'll watch for that. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. Make sure to share the videos with your friends, and I'll see you next time.